Hi friends, another boring video brought to you by J. Thomas D. Gonder. I'm here, there's a lovely park here. Oh my goodness, I can't remember the name of the park. Oh, I'm gonna get run over by a taxi. Suppose this could be it right here. Anyway, I was attempting to show you our surroundings. Lovely park here. I'm looking for 72 Wells Hill Avenue, and I read an article in the paper that, oh my, I hope this isn't it. I don't think it is. No. Goodness, I'm not really sure what's happening here. At least it looks like a reno. Somebody's putting some TLC into this. It's an apartment building. I don't know, I'd put that at maybe 1920. I doubt that it's much later than that. Anyway, I'd love to get in there and look around, but I'm looking for number 72. It's called the Old Nielsen Mansion, I think. Yeah, I think so.
I know, but it's still a bad idea to do.
I want to show you this park where I used to hang out.
I try not to look obvious when families walk by. It looks a little odd. I think I'm still on Wells Hill Avenue here. Yes, I am. And we're looking for number 72. Apparently it's called the Old Nielsen Mansion. Oh my, that lady just gave me a horribly stern look. Anyway, the article that I read in the Toronto Star, I think somebody posted it in my group on Facebook, and for those of you that don't know, it's called Protect Toronto's Heritage Buildings. Apparently 72, the Old Nielsen Mansion, I hope I have that name right, forgive me, is threatened. I wasn't able to find much. Anyway, busy street. The article was in the Star. The building is quite something apparently, and it's going to be demolished. There isn't much hope for its future. I'm not sure if it's for a development proposal. It seems to be a really troubling and difficult situation. So, that's 78. And that is 75. 71. So would this be it? Well, I suppose this might be it right here. This would be 72. My goodness. Why would they tear it down? The front porch is crumbling, but... Hi. They're gonna tear this building down, aren't they?
It's on the docket.
It's on why? I wasn't able to really get the whole story about it, but it was in the Star, so.
Okay, so I live around the corner.
Yeah.
Some are saved, some are not. This one was owned by the Nielsen family.
Yeah, it's the Old Nielsen Mansion, right? Okay.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been a mansion in 50, 60 years.
Yeah,
There's an old woman
looks.
that owned it.
Yeah.
She died, no family. She left it to her lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
But she had been renting it out to tenants with no upkeep for 40, 50 years.
Wow.
Now, I don't know about I haven't been in this one. My family lives next door.
Right.
They say that they've seen every kind of animal running around in it.
Oh, I bet.
So, I mean, the problem is...
So it's pretty much kind of essentially derelict from...
It is. There was another property on Lyndhurst that was in the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually Henry Pellet's summer home.
Right, okay.
Castellama.
Yeah.
Guy got to it, gutted the whole thing. Inspectors came in. So much, toxins from animals doing their business in there.
Yeah.
You couldn't save it. So I don't know
Wow.
if this is the same condition. There's a couple tenants in here right now. but apparently they're in arrears on their rent.
Squatters.
Well, they are, yeah. They're not paying their rent.
They're squatting in the sense that they're not paying rent. You know.
They were not paying rent prior to the whole deal. So it's kind of.
So what is the deal though? Has somebody has purchased the property and
no
wants
idea if
to?
it closed yet. It was
because
supposed to.
apparently the building is to be demolished. There's not. There isn't really much.
You know what's really weird? Have you been down in Austin Terrace?
Oh yeah, of course.
All right,
I've never been down this street
You've
before
seen
though.
McLean House, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the solution to saving history, which is kind of funny because they do the front. But in all fairness,
Yeah, facadism.
yeah, I mean you leave, which is in some ways keeping with the contemporary look of the arts and crafts.
Yeah, it's a
It's hard to
decent
find them
compromise.
happy. You know, I'm part libertarian, part historian, so I don't know which way I go on these things.
Yeah.
Eddie, what are you doing there? Oh, he just ran because dogs are coming. Look
Oh
at
hi.
You're
Hi,
afraid
cute
of
dog.
Lucky the dog? Come on. The dog's named. Why has Lucky got a halty now?
So she won't bark. You know the way she barks?
Yeah. Is that a?
Now I'm going to take
That's a
it.
plastic. That's a.
So there's no, at least there's no development proposal sign on the front, so it's
No,
sort
It
of.
did have one there.
No,
Oh,
it has
there
a
was?
demolition permit. It doesn't have
So
a
just
development proposal.
so has
It's
the
gonna be
city
one house.
the city has granted the demolition permit
Yes.
then?
Did they? They've done that. But what about the tree
That's the only thing that's outstanding is the one tree.
and the pool?
Yeah, well, actually, at this point in time, I'm not even sure if that's still on the.
Wow. So they want to take the
but
tree
I
down
have
The
too.
one tree in the front.
I have the pool.
Well, it's a large lot. They could conceivably build a fairly good-sized home.
I think the whole issue here, I don't know this, I'm hearing it anecdotally because all the
Mm-hmm.
neighbors are Yantas. The setback here and the setback there, this house goes back, I think about 10 or 15 feet. And whoever
Right,
wants
okay.
to buy it wants to bring the setback back to the level of everyone else's house.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
And that's the reason the tree's in play. It has nothing to do with the tree. It has to do with how much can you build. It's a huge property.
Yeah.
This is like
it's
70 by 200 or 210.
Wow. That's really impressive.
Mine's, well, if it's the same depth as mine,
What are you,
it's
200? 210?
212.
And what's your frontage on yours?
Mine's only 40.
This looks like about 60, maybe 65.
Yeah.
Albert
I wonder
right
what
here, 70s.
And look at this
I wonder
fabulous
what
tree here.
they paid for the what?
Two.
That's all?
Well, it's a lot. $2 million for a lot?
For a lot.
You gotta build a
yeah.
house now.
They're not. They
$2
didn't
million.
buy. They didn't pay $2 million for the house. So
No.
They'll-
Yeah,
that-
you have
yeah.
to take the house down. if
they'll
it's
wreck
just-
it. They'll wreck it.
No, well, that's what they're planning to do.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is, like, you're saying to me about the facade. Mm-hmm. House. See you later. Have a good walk.
Yeah,
But
no,
this, there
I just
isn't-
was curious to hear about this. Are you some sort of expert?
I'm just a heritage dude. Yeah, I'm really into heritage preservation in Toronto. So
That tree looks more vibrant, like this one, if they wanted to take down.
Actually, a lot of these, somebody told me this the other day, we have a lot of Norwegian maples here that live to about 70 years old.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are actually near their end. And
Yeah,
actually
well,
you can
mine
see-
is.
Yeah,
I want to
so-
actually put another tree in front to let it start growing before. Yeah.
And then, but the oaks are funny here because some oaks are a couple hundred years old and some oaks
Yeah.
are 50 years old.
well, they
Yeah.
said that one is that. They said that one is over 200.
there's a lot
One
right
in
at the
back is
corner
200, not the one in the front.
at Manor Road and Redpath. I'm the organist
yeah.
at the church on the corner.
Hang on a second. Manor Road and Redpath. Oh yeah, on
Yep.
the other side towards Mount.
And Church of the Transfiguration is there, sort of nestled into the side of a hill.
See ya.
But across the street, the property's been sold for how much I don't know. They want to tear down the house that's there and a 400-year-old oak tree.
Yeah, but the problem with trees in general are, okay, listen, you have to be sympathetic to the canopy that's here because this is an old neighborhood, right? The
Yes,
issue,
yes.
though, is, some trees are going to live, some are going to die. And
Yeah.
you have to pick and choose your battles. But I have a problem with people just come in and say, you can't. I mean, the reality is if somebody's going to go out and spend $8,000 or $10,000 to replace a maple with a 30-year-old,
Yeah.
fairly mature tree that's already 40, 50 feet high,
Yeah.
I think that's a fair compromise.
They've said that they want to plant trees. They're going to tear down the existing home
Yeah.
and build 3 on the one site. I think everybody at
See, that's the problem.
neighborhood doesn't like the idea, and
Are you familiar
the,
with this neighborhood?
The folks at city council don't like it. I don't know this neighborhood at all.
Okay, so this is Casa Loma. This used to be the golf course.
Yeah.
You're on the golf course.
Okay.
So when they built Casa Loma, the Austin family, this was their course. You see, this is the way the street ran.
Wow.
And so what happened was there was only a couple houses. Then over time, they moved the Toronto Golf Club out to the west end. But these were all the arts and craft homes. A lot of the Canadian industrialists. My buddy lives in the Mahar house. This was the Nielsen
Yeah.
house. So there's a lot of history here. That being said,
It's a lovely neighborhood.
the problem was in the 40s and 50s when the city had gentrification. A lot of people moved north. And unfortunately, a lot of these houses went into rooming houses. They were bought by first immigration Poles, and they cut it into rooming houses.
Yes.
So I have a house on Nina Street where I've just spent $250,000 restoring it instead of gutting it and open spacing it.
Good. Congratulations.
But I'm one of the rare few that does it.
I know.
And the funny thing is, I bought my house to restore it. I didn't buy my house to make an open space concept. Otherwise, I would have bought a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I see another horizontal
I
set
just,
of
I see all of our old neighborhoods in Toronto just starting to gradually lose their identity. And
the problem you have, though, is it depends on the housing stock. Okay, so these houses, my house on Nina is 100 years old.
Yeah.
This house here is about 90 years old.
Right.
The issue you have is twofold. One is, Eddie, what are you doing? There you are. The issue is, these houses are incredibly well built. Like, I just underpinned my basement.
Well, they're all really solid.
Okay, but then you get down to Ossington and Bloor, and everyone wants to preserve those houses. They're shit.
I know.
They're falling apart.
Yeah.
You can't save them.
That's close to where I live. I live in the Junction.
Yeah, it's a great. I love my grandfather.
It's a fabulous neighborhood. I love it there. Yeah.
Bought my fireplace at Marsh's there.
It's gentrifying really quickly, but
so you see what happened
in a
here?
good way.
This was a 70s infill. It was a mistake.
Well, I don't know who would have allowed that to happen. That is just disgusting.
Well, hang on a second. The woman coming with the poodle down the street.